Bonjour. Hello, hello. Bonjour, bonjour. Kalimera. Kalimera. Right, Lulu? Right, Lucy? Kalimera. Good morning. Oh, she's camera shy this morning. She didn't like that. She did not like me calling her out. She's going to go hide. Allison, bonjour. Lily. Elisa, Stephanie, Stella, good morning, all of you. How are we? How are we today? Okay, in all transparency, I think I got 5 hours of sleep. I think so. We went out with Nico yesterday. We were at the beach, and we came back, and I recorded some gorgeous chapters of The Soul of Beauty, which is like incredibly amazing and intense and is stretching me in so many incredible ways. And then we went out to a beautiful dinner. It was like we were in a secret garden underneath a canopy. It's supposedly this hidden restaurant in Greece, although we had to wait an hour and a half for a table. So it's not hidden anymore. But we waited. We chose to wait, and the food was delicious. But really, in Greece, it's very normal. They have a table setting at 10:30. It's really a lot like Italy. In France, you do see that, but doesn't it seem like it's later here, babe?
Yeah, people eat late.
People eat late. Like, people are literally walking around our boat till like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, like families. Strollers. Strollers. So I think we got to bed at, I don't even know, late. But it was so much fun. Nico's here, and it was so much fun. It's so beautiful. It really is gorgeous to see here in Europe how all the kids are included. The kids are at the restaurants, the kids are in strollers, the kids are running around like they're just a part of it. They're not something that's excluded from that kind of nightlife conversation. In fact, we were sitting at this kind of like open bar. There was like a DJ. Everyone's really beautifully dressed here. It's gorgeous to people watch. And there are ruins everywhere. So in Chania, they've built the main town around all the ruins. So it's not at all uncommon to see a hotel that part of the side of the wall is an ancient ruin, or you're sitting at this like disco bar, and to the left is like a beautiful archway with old stone steps. And there was a dad who had a daughter, I don't know, maybe she was like 3, on his shoulders. And it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, I think, something like that, close to it. And he had her on his shoulders, and she was dancing and he was dancing. And it's really, really beautiful. So we're still here and we love it. And hi, welcome, 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 welcome. How was sailing yesterday? How was sailing? It has been a week. It has been a week. It's only Tuesday. How was sailing? Munich. Sasha, you're in Munich. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. If you are brand new here, this is Elegant Femme's Guide to A Course in Miracles. Chic 365, because there are 365 lessons. However, this is going to probably be Chic 536 by the time we move through all of the lessons inside of ACIM, which is perfect because we are not here to be in a rush. In fact, I had a call the other day with my Creme de la Femme mastermind. We did a connection call. Now, the Creme de la Femme was a running mastermind of mine for 11 years, if you can believe it. And we made it all the way through COVID. So actually, it was 14 years ago. I completed the mastermind in 2022. And women still coming together from decades later to celebrate their wins, to celebrate what they did in their Creme project, women launching books, women winning fitness competitions, #1 in their category, who had never competed in a fitness competition before. And during their Creme year, they chose to get into the best shape of their lives. Women buying apartments in beautiful, stunning parts of the city that were on their vision board, like to the T, with extended balconies and gardens in places of the world where that kind of thing doesn't exist. So we were all together celebrating. They were sharing, like, from decades, right? Decades of these women knowing each other around the world, coming together. Really, really beautiful and potent. And one of them had said, I really want to thank you for ACIM, for the Chic 365 that you're doing, because it's so generous. Like every morning that you're coming on and you're pouring in this way. And I'm so grateful for the reflection, yeah, and the gratitude, and like, oh my gosh, that feels so good. And I'm also really, really clear that I'm here for me. Like, it is such a powerful thing for me when Dave in the morning, like today, perfect example, he wakes me up and he goes, babe, it's time to get up. I'm like, oh, so like in it, right? I am mid sleep cycle. My sheets smell really, really good. I am in some other universe. And he's like, babe, I love you. You have 23 minutes. Oh. And that part of me that's like, oh, I'm so excited to get there. I want to be there for me. Because for me, this isn't like a delivery. And those of you that were present with me, I think it was the last Thursday that I read the note that I found inside my Femme flow list when I was praying about doing this, praying about committing to this, praying about devoting myself to this and allowing this. And my little love note with God to trust myself to show up here, not in a delivery mode, in a receiving mode. And this is really, really important. This is a lesson that I learned back in, I think it was 2000 and probably about 2012, when we were living in Grenoble, not Grenoble. If you know that area, people are like Grenoble. We were in Cessin, which is a little village above Grenoble in the French Alps. And we were living there. It was our first home in France. Stunning, like white, like chateau-like looking Alps house with a big, beautiful gate. We were on Rue de la Lune. That was literally the name of our street, Rue de la Lune. What? We could see the moon from our balcony. We could see the French Alps. It was like a dream kind of a home. And there is when Dave and I, we went all in, right? We went all in so many times, Dave and I. We went all in to move to California and sell my wedding ring. We went all in with Elegant Femme. We went all in when he left his job in the cubicle. Like, this is our MO. We go all in. That's how that's how we choose to live. And when we were there, it wasn't like we had a stack of cash in the bank and it was like, oh yeah, sure, like let's just move to France and we'll kind of figure it out. It wasn't like that. It was, oh, let's just move to France, we'll figure it out, but without the cash in the bank. So since I said I want to move to France, we're doing this, I'm the one who speaks French, let's take our boys and sweep them up and move here. So we did. They were 4 and 7. Dave did not speak French at that time. Imagine, as a man, like totally in surrender, like following your wife's dreams, saying yes. He was home with the boys. He was with me taking them to school. We were walking them to school. He was doing his best to try to chat. GBT did not exist then, right? Neither did even Zoom. We should have bought Zoom stock, by the way. We were on instant teleseminar. No one could see anybody, right? I could be in my office, like dancing. That's a whole nother story that happened one time. Anyway, right? So he said yes. So in this plan was like, okay, Tara, you need to now allow a new level of abundance because you just signed a 3-year lease. You took a lot of savings that you had to put down the down payment because you've got to pay for quite a bit of that 3 years. Your boys are here. Your husband's here. Trying to figure out how to even get internet in France is like a whole week's worth of energy in your brain. And now you're running a business and there's a lot on, that feels like a lot. And remember, Tara, you wanted this. You wanted this. And because I was actually embodying my dream, I wasn't just talking about it. I wasn't just sharing with women, the femme types. I was living. Women who had been following me had witnessed me actually step into my dream. They were like, oh, this chick is serious. She lives this way. And I decided I'm going to start to coach one-on-one women through the 9 layers of the indie. This is what I love. This is the first activation of the Femme types. This is where everything started inside of Elegant Femme. I'm going to go all in. We're going to do that. So at that point, that many years ago, it was $4,997 to coach with me privately for 12 weeks. We had initiation. We had one layer a week. We had deepening. Okay, women will still tell me, oh, you brought me personally through the 9 layers of the indie. So at that time, it was $4,997 for 12 weeks of private coaching with me. Can you imagine? So cool. That was like, oh, I should have bought stock in that back then. Just like I should have bought stock in Zoom. Things have changed. Things have changed. I'm sharing this with you because one week I came out, I was having these beautiful femme design assessment calls with women to see, I guess, how people, and they do, people call them discovery calls now, right? I don't know if that word even existed. For me, it was like, okay, we're going to have a femme design assessment. I'm going to walk women through where they are inside of their life. And we're going to see if this is a good fit, right? How we do, which femme type is out of sync, where can the indie support her in increasing her capacity to receive. That was the conversation. So powerful. I loved them. I loved them. One week, I had 7 new clients. 7 new clients in 1 week. At that, started to build. At one point, I had like 30 clients at one time. And I remember coming out of my office and saying to Dave, like, how do I do this? How do I do this? And I could feel myself moving out of receiving and into doing, into delivery, into obligation, into pressure, into like, right? That feeling inside. And I sat down that day. I went out by our pool. We had this beautiful pool with like this. If some of you have seen the Let Yourself Be Skinny video, and you've seen me in front of this beautiful, like Aphrodite looking statue where she's holding grapes, that was our first home in the French Alps. This home literally did not make sense. Okay, that statue, that house, it belonged in like the south of France, which our landlord just built it. It was his dream. He created it. It's like the only yellow house in all of Sayson. So she was behind me in that video. That was the house. And I went and sat out by the pool and by her, and I journaled. And I took my level of receiving with my indie to a whole new space inside. I started to remember why I was doing these calls. I started to remember why I was coaching. I started to remember that I was doing it for me. I reversed the entire thing and recognized that I am showing up here, growing, learning, evolving, getting to pour my love, my opportunity, and receive from these women. It changed completely, not just receive from the women, because it's not any kind of obligation. It's a stunning exchange of creation energy. It really is a receiving from source. And when I'm with you every day, it's the same thing. I close my eyes before we begin, and I ask Spirit to come through me. I ask for guidance and grace and power and leadership. Where is my soul inviting me to be led? What is the conversation today? Can I allow myself to open up as a vessel and just allow myself to be poured through without an agenda? Yes, we have the lesson, right? So that is one of the foundational components. But other than that, it's just showing up in the presence of love, in the presence of God, in the presence of light, and just being and receiving. So if you are anywhere in your life right now, finding that you're showing up from obligation, from burden, from approval, from trying to prove, even subtly, from feeling like you have something to deliver, and that little bit of resentment is starting to creep in, that little bit of, oh, I have to do this, that heaviness in your back, that burden, that illusion of being trapped, I invite you to go back into the essence of the indie as she supports you to increase your capacity to receive. What's here for me? Why am I choosing to do this? How can this support me in my next evolution of growth? Not like a trick inside of yourself, a true expansive space that remembers I choose this. And if something in your life has truly come to completion and you no longer desire it, if there's no longer desire energy there, you and only you have the courage to bring that to completion, to open up the next space of desire energy. None of us are trapped. None of us are in a space of, excuse me, none of us are in a space of I have to. Always I get to, I'm called to, I'm led to, I'm allowing myself to. So that's where we're starting today. That's where we are starting today. Sailing for me yesterday was perfect. Nice wind, sunny, warm, extraordinary for Belgium. Oh, I love that. I love it, love it. You're so welcome, Stephanie. Stephanie, do you have your own boat? What's the situation? Tell me about this. This message is so timely. Was just sharing about receiving in this way as I move forward. It's so important and it's so easy. It's totally so easy to get stuck in the illusion of I have to, I'm supposed to. You know, it all comes from a really good place inside. But when we remember the truth, it changes things drastically. So I'm happy to bring that forward this morning. I'm happy to bring it forward. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How are we? We have big days coming up inside of the Elegant Femme world. Big days of celebration, of grace, of oh my goodness, this is happening. We have the Soul of Beauty this Friday. Who's ready? Who's ready for the Soul of Beauty? She's alive. She's alive. And she's coming out. She's coming out this Friday. If you haven't signed up for registration for the wait list, yes, of course you can. Of course you can. We've got you. You can either email info@elegantfemme. Well, look at all this situation. Email info@elegantfemme. And I will also put the link here in the description so that you can join us for that special secret call that unlocks on Friday. I love it. Beautiful, Stephanie. Gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, let's open. Let's open today. Let us open today. Lesson 230. Yes. Oh. All right. Did we just step into something big? Yes. All right. We're going to do lesson 230 today, and then we'll do the bridge. Okay. Lesson 230. Now will I seek and find the peace of God. Now will I seek and find the peace of God. In peace I was created, and in peace do I remain. I remember when I was moving through the course and feeling like, okay, let me get this straight. I'm peace, I'm light, I'm love, I'm everything, I'm literally everything. And it's true. And the course then delineates certain pieces of that, right? It will, yesterday, love, which created me, is what I am. And today, now I will seek and find the peace of God. In peace I was created. And it's really easy to just be like, okay, I get it. I'm love, I'm peace. Okay, I get it. Okay, totally, I get it. I'm all of it. But the course really does purposefully, intentionally emphasize, even though these energies, yes, are all united and ultimately they're all the same essence, giving yourself permission to feel and connect with each one intimately is a really beautiful and really, really powerful nuance and opening inside of the integration of what the course shares. So yesterday, love, today, peace. How do they feel differently inside of you? Even though it's the same thing, how do you feel differently when you consider peace? What happens inside of you? In peace I was created, and in peace do I remain. You are always there. It isn't something you need to reach for. It isn't something you need to make happen in your life. It isn't something you need to chase or even seek. It's where you were created, and it's where you remain. And how does that feel inside? How does that shift things? It is not given me to change myself. So the Course is saying, like, look, you couldn't even change yourself if you tried. It's not your role. It wasn't ever given you to do that. So chill the F out. You are peace. You were born in peace. You can't change that, even if you want to. You can trick yourself into believing that you are no longer there. We all can do that. How merciful is God that when God created me, God gave me peace forever. Now I ask but to be what I am. What do you ask for? To allow myself to be the truth of who I am. To experience, to create, to remember, to laugh, to love, to play, to expand, to be the piece of who I am. And to remember that as I move through the world. So now I ask to be but what I am. And can this be denied me when it is forever true? Right? The way that the Course plays with words. Like, and this could never be denied to you because it's just true. It's just who you are. It's just what is. It is. The isness of it. God, I seek the peace you give me. The peace you gave me as mine in creation. What was given then must be here now. For creation was apart from time and still remains beyond all change. The peace in which I was born in your mind is shining there, unchanged. I am as you created me. I need but call on you to find the peace you gave. It is your will that gave it to me. Your will, my will, the will of consciousness, not outside of you. Ever, ever, ever. It's not outside of you. I am as you created me. In peace I was created, and in peace do I remain. So as we move through the world, in the worldness of it all, the times that we forget, the times we're called to remember, the things that we desire, the things that are calling us forward, the next level of expansion in all ways, the abundance, the beauty, the love, the joy, the play, oh my gosh, look at me. I'm alive inside the physical world and I get to play. I get to create and skip and sail and swim and all the things. As I'm remembering, I am the peace of God. I will always be as God created me. So what now do I choose to allow in my life? What now do I choose to enjoy in my life? What now do I choose to remember about who I am in my life? This is, to me, why writing a book, and I really actually recommend and invite I think every single person should write a book. I really do. For me, it was one of the most cathartic, beautiful experiences of my life, and really gifting myself full permission to be the co-creator of this experience, which is just the truth for all of us every single day anyway. And yet, when we go to write a book, it's powerful to witness the place inside that actually limits that co-creative energy. I had a beautiful, beautiful atelier day with a woman recently, and she's building her empire. She's writing a stunning book. And part of what we walked through inside of that day was her giving herself permission to write her book the way she desired to write it, and witnessing the faux types that come inside that still want to limit that. Oh, that's not okay. Oh, what about this? What about this? And how she felt when we were complete about, oh my gosh, my writing has taken on a completely different energy. She's like, I'm writing for my Frenchie now. I'm remembering now. I'm writing for me. I'm writing for me. Same exact theme that we started with today. Writing for you, living for you, showing up for you, creating for you, designing your life in a way where you absolutely are at the center, making the choices that you desire to make as a co-creator in this experience, remembering I am the piece of God. I was created that way. What do I choose to play with? What do I choose to create from here? Remembering that it's for you. Okay, with that, have a beautiful rest of your day. A reminder, we are not going to be here Friday. Friday, we will be inside of the Soul of Beauty. So if you've joined the wait list, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, we'll make sure that link is in the description. Otherwise, yes, we will be back on Monday next week. I will be here tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow and Thursday, but not Friday. So just make a little note inside of your calendars if you have been joining us for Living Fully with Tara Marino, Frenchie Friday. We're going to put a little pause, a beautiful little pin in that seam line, and we're going to move completely into the saturation of the Soul of Beauty on Friday. So get ready. Get ready. If you're already on the wait list, let me know. Let me celebrate you and welcome you into that precious space. And I will see you tomorrow for more of this. More of this. How are we liking this? How are we feeling inside? How do you feel when you leave this? Let me know in the comments. If you're here live, let me know how this is supporting you and how it's feeling. If you're watching the replay, please let me know you're watching the replay so I can see you and celebrate you and welcome you into this stunning co-creative energy. And leave a comment. I love reading your comments. I love all the little hearts. Thank you, whoever did that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel at peace. Perfect. All right, beauties. I will see you tomorrow.